Hey, how you doing? Chris here. You probably found this video because you're looking for more information on the Marriage Fitness Tele-boot camp by Mort Fertel. You probably came across this program. You probably want to know what's included in it. What if it does work or not, and I'm going to share that kind of stuff in this video. Before I share that, I just want to tell you a little bit about myself. I was going through a divorce about 5-6 years ago. My wife, after years of me kind of destroying our marriage, there was lots and lots of stuff that I was doing to destroy my marriage. One day my wife looked at me and she told me she doesn't love me anymore and she wanted a divorce, she wanted out. So we went on, we ended up doing a little bit of marriage counseling. That wasn't working for us. And then I decided to have a look at a couple different programs online that I found. One was called Get Your Ex Back. And one of the techniques that he taught was basically make your spouse jealous, and obviously that didn't resonate with me. That's not what I was looking to do. I wanted to save our marriage, save our family. We had kids, stuff like that. We still have kids, and yeah, so I end up coming across Marriage Fitness, and just like you're doing yourself, I end up going through looking around online. Back then, that was about 5-6 years ago, there really wasn't much information on Marriage Fitness, but there was a couple different things that I was able to find, and basically I jumped in and not knowing much, and you know, at that time, my wife and I, we were living together, and then she ended up moving out a little while later, and she wasn't working on it with me. I did it by myself. And so she ended up moving out, and there was many times when I was unsure if it was actually working, if what I was doing and what Mort was teaching was really actually working, or basically if I got ripped off. It was about a month after she moved out that she actually ended up, I was talking to my kids on the phone, and she told them to say, you know, Daddy loves you. And then she got on the phone afterwards and she told me, I love you too. And from there, you know, we kind of worked on things. We ended up having a baby girl shortly afterwards, about a year after that. And yeah, things have been pretty good since. But anyways, I want to talk a little bit about the Marriage Fitness Tele-boot camp. I actually have some notes here that I wrote down, so I'm going to be glancing down here once in a while to, basically, I just want to let you know what's inside of the Marriage Fitness Tele-boot camp. So, first of all, you're going to get 7, what he calls tele-seminars, and then you're going to get a one-on-one private phone session with Mort Fertel. So, whether you're on the Lone Ranger track or the dual track, you can talk to him yourself, or if your spouse wants to get in on it, you can do that. You're going to get a 15-part audio learning system. This is actually a really nice part of it because he includes discs in there that have previous calls that he's done with people where people are asking different problems, different things that they're going through, and he takes and he answers that. And there's so many things that almost anything that you're going through, and this is what I found, was anything that I was going through, I was able to look back at these and basically get an answer to almost everything that I was going through, that I was struggling with in my journey through the Marriage Fitness program. Next, you're going to get a workbook and a journal, and he actually gives you homework assignments to do every single week. So you're going to do a teleseminar, and then you're going to do a homework assignment that's connected with that teleseminar. So it depends whether you're on the Lone Ranger track or the duo track. That's going to kind of depend on what your homework is and how you go about doing your homework. My wife was very she really didn't want anything to do with it. The stuff that I was trying to do, she was kind of pushing me away. So I found it hard a lot of times, but there was different things that I was able to do to be able to work through it. You get a live Q&A teleconference, so if you have anything to ask or anything like that on this teleconference, you can do that. You get website access to a members-only website. And as I mentioned before, you can either do a Lone Ranger track or dual track. 50% of his success stories come from people doing it with the Lone Ranger track. Like I say, I'm one of them. I went through it myself. I was able to save my marriage. So some of the things that he's going to cover is changing destructive patterns, restoring broken trust in your marriage. A lot of times, and this was actually a big thing with my wife and I, because everything that I had been through and gone through and done to her, it was very, very hard for her to trust me. So I actually had to rebuild that trust and earn that trust back from her. Then he talks about 7 daily acts to rebuild love in your marriage. So, like, he kind of talks about like love. It's not. Basically, it's like an action word. It's stuff that you do for one another that's going to create that love. It's not just a feeling that just stays there. It's something that has to be worked on. Something you have to work on a daily basis. And then he talked about weekly habits to soften marital environments. So what happens is a lot of people, they're having marital problems. So what they're doing is they're trying to tackle all their problems, and then what's happening is just making it worse. It's making everything blow up. So marriage fitness and Mort Fertel, they teach ways that you can basically, what you're doing is you're taking your problems and you're just kind of setting them aside for now, and until you can come back to them later on with a stronger bond and a different frame or a different mindset, a different frame of mind to be able to work on these issues better. And actually, my wife and I, we found that a lot of these issues that we were tabling, when we came back to them later on, they weren't as big of a deal as what they were at the time, as what we thought that they were. He talks about how to survive after an affair, what to do if you're being pushed away. Now, this was another big thing for me. My wife was very pushy, she didn't want to save our marriage anymore at this point. She was sick and tired of it. How to say I'm sorry. Once again, this was another big thing for me. He goes over how to properly say you're sorry so that your spouse really knows deep in your heart, and they know deep in their own hearts, that you are actually sorry. Just saying sorry is not enough. He really goes over that in in the tele-boot camp, the marriage fitness tele-boot camp. And then how to restore physical intimacy, and then how to turn divorce into reconciliation. So a lot of people, they go so far through the divorce process while they're doing this that a lot of people actually end up divorced. Like they've gone through it all, and they think that that's the end of it. But Mort Fertel actually teaches there's reconciliation. It's not just the divorce. The divorce doesn't mean that that's the end. A lot of times it's actually the start of a new beginning. So anyways, if you want to know more about marriage fitness and the tele-boot camp, click the link just below this video, and go in there, check it out, get his 7 secrets to fixing your marriage, download that, do the marriage fitness quiz, and if you have any questions about anything for the marriage fitness, comment down below. If you've been through marriage fitness, comment down below. I want to hear how your experience was with it. And click the link just below, and I'll see you on the next video. Talk to you after.